right, so as always, we begin by acknowledging the original stewards of the various lands that we are on. We also acknowledge our ancestors. We acknowledge all those who toiled without compassion or compensation. We acknowledge all the elders and community stalwarts whose shoulders we stand on as we build, share, learn together for our collective liberation and sovereignty. So if you don't mind, if you can do the honors by introducing yourself to our listeners and viewers and tell us about your amazing work.
Sure. Yeah, I'm Malcolm. I live in Wellington, New Zealand. I started off my career in the corporate world, but I was there for just long enough to realize that values mattered a lot to me. So I transitioned about 15 years ago to the social impact sector. I found the Inspiral network that introduced me to uh, working for purpose and new ways of working and using technology more effectively. And out of that, I founded Optimi, which is a little remote agency that helps nonprofits improve their systems and processes. We like to call it digital plumbing.
Oh, I like that terminology. Awesome. And what's your personal mission and vision, and what inspires you also about the work you do?
Yeah, so my personal mission is just to help nonprofits have more impact, to see people really enjoy their work and not get held up by painful admin. So yeah, I just want people to have a positive impact on the world. And
Very,
then
very good.
founded Optimi to help with that. So as a team, we can help nonprofits be far more effective with the right digital tools.
Awesome. And like any challenges or barriers that you face in your work, and how have you overcome those?
Sure, yeah. We're finding at the moment that with the political and economic climate, nonprofit boards tend to be a little bit more cautious with investing in change or growth or new technology. So that's been a little bit tricky. We find that I guess often people think of technology as an expense rather than investment. So we're trying to help people see it in a different approach. Because if you see it as an investment, then you want to put effort into it because you know it's going to get a long-term return. So a couple of the things we're doing to help with that, targeted research. So I'm doing a series of free calls to provide a little bit of help to nonprofits, but also to get some insight into what are the key challenges holding back nonprofits, and then using that to build some resources that can help them for free. So one of them is a new email course to help people think about being more effective with their digital tech, but not doing anything dramatic, just small changes.
Perfect. That's very helpful. Very, very good. And so would that be some of your priorities? Like what are some of the key priorities you're working on right now or anything coming up in the near future?
Sure, yeah, definitely a priority to help people think more about digital effectiveness and what small changes they can do now that are going to lead to bigger changes later on. So kind of, I guess, developing the garden, planting the initial seeds for bigger transformation later, especially once well, I hope we get over this political and economic tension and nonprofits want to start growing again. It's like getting in early to help them think about where they need to change now, and also addressing technical debt before it becomes overwhelming.
Exactly, exactly. And so how do you feel about the future of social impact in a whole?
Yeah, I think that I mean, it's looking very positive. From my own experience, is that the world of social impact just offers me so much more reward in my job than I was able to get in the corporate world. So there's some recruitment advantages there, and there's some challenges also. So in terms of focusing on people's well-being, people are often overworked, and so it's trying to get that balance of um, good well-being in your work and balancing work and life together so that folks can have an impact on the world and really enjoy it. Like in the impact space, I feel like if you're not enjoying your work, there's something not quite right. So if that's happening, then I mean, I just see a lot of positives coming out of the sector in the next 5 to 10 years.
Exactly. That purpose and passion, they go hand in hand, right? Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. So would you say that success, like what does success look like to you and your colleagues, let's say?
Yeah, I think success looks like, well, yeah, people really enjoying their work, having a positive impact on the world, not getting stuck with painful manual admin, like sending manual fundraising emails and trying to keep track of all your grants and all the various knowledge that lies in a lot of different places in an organization. Like success looks like having all of that working smoothly and just working well together. And I think, yeah, if I can, uh, actually, we articulated our mission as impacting 1,000 organizations to help them with their nonprofit operations. So if we can do that in say the next 10 years, I'd be pretty darn happy about that.
Absolutely. I agree. And so, yeah, this this has been really good. So what would you say would be a call to action for yourself? Like, well, just so you can permeate that out into the ether. Like, what would you say to somebody who would like to
Sure.
get in your line of work or yeah.
Well, I think typical people I talk to are executive directors and operations managers, and often they come to us with a challenge in their technology or their processes. And when we start working it through with them, they almost always say, I wish I'd got in touch with you earlier. And so, what I would say is start early and just look for small changes. It doesn't have to be earth-shattering. You want to lay the groundwork for bigger digital transformation later. We've got a free 5-day email course that you can find on my LinkedIn page just to get people thinking about different ways that you can be more effective, that doesn't have to shock all of your staff who are already suffering from change saturation. Just start small and work from there.
Perfect. Wow, Malcolm, this has been short and sweet, very effective. We thank you so much for this. I know people who will listen to this and watch on our channel, they'll be very impressed and will like to reach out. Would you like to leave any details if they can want to reach out to you where you are?
Easiest way to get me is on LinkedIn. Find me on with my name or Optimize the organization. Send a connection request and I'll be sure to accept it.
Awesome. Well, on behalf of SETSI, we thank you so much for taking the time. We really appreciate it, and we'll definitely be in touch for any form of, connecting and just collaborating, because collaboration is key to make the change that we want to see, right? So thank you so
Exactly.
much. We appreciate it. Yeah.
Mm,
So
no
we will
worries at all.
close the way that we began. Yes. We will close the way that we began by acknowledging the original stewards of the various lands that we are on. We also acknowledge our ancestors. We acknowledge all those who toiled without compassion or compensation. We acknowledge all the elders and community stalwarts whose shoulders we stand on as we build, share, learn together for our collective liberation and sovereignty. So once again, Malcolm, thank you so much, and we'll be in touch. Eh?
Thank you for having me.